Hello, literature lovers. Today I'm discussing post colonial feminism. Yeah, it's a different approach, and we are not much aware of this topic. So you can see how it all started and subset in the feminism. It's all developed in 1980s, and in that context, we are discussing how women in Western culture used to stay and how is the impact of feminism on the post-colonial era in that period, starting with the Western feminism, which is the mainstream feminism altogether being discussed here. In that particular light, it is discussed, starting with the theories that is by Chris Wedom, and it is a form of feminism that developed as a response of feminism, focusing solely on the experiences of women in Western cultures. So you can see how it is, developed and it's shown, and you can read it clearly how the things goes, and it seeks the account of the way that racism and the long lasting political, economical and cultural effects on the colonial effect and after the non-white or the non-western women in the post-colonial world were there. So you can see how in 1980s it's a different theory that started altogether and being portrayed here, and the arguments are given talking about is pointing out the universalization tendencies of the mainstream feminist ideas, and that argues that women living in the non-western countries are misinterpreted. So that's one of the theory that talking about it, and using the term women as a universal group, that's all, pointing out towards it. So that's it is, talking about women are then only defined by their gender and not by the social class, race, or ethnicity or the sexual preference, as it is part of the feminist thing that they are not considered even a human being. Post-colonial feminists also work to incorporate the ideas of indigenous and other third world feminist movements like the mainstream Western feminism. So it's correlated with that. So this theory is more likely for that post-colonial. The third world, feminism stems from the idea that feminism in third world countries is not imported from the first world, but originated from the internal ideologies and social culture factors. So this is the main theory that revolves around it. In the post-colonial feminism is sometimes criticized by the mainstream feminism. No, it is argued that post-colonial feminism weakens the wider feminist movement and it divides it. That is one of the point that is marked here, that it is dividing the feminism, and there are articles you can read it clearly how it is portrayed. So it is said that you are dividing feminist movement, you are weakening it, but it is much more complex, and it is important to analyze the theory according to the post-colonial feminism, since what they post-colonial countries are facing and what their women are facing is somewhat very different from what in the Western world or the free world they are facing. It is often criticized for its Western bias, which will be discussed. Obviously, there is Western biasness. They are biased and they think that whatever they are doing is right. So they can bifurcate the things. We can talk about the history of this thing and how we can, incorporate what is the aim, reminding of it, and ethnicity related to it. And it's a vast topic, and it is something very poignant, and that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it. So it was important to be talk about, since you have to look onto the privileges and the theory behind it. And there is a relationship or harsh relationship between. It is related to the new stream of thought. It is somewhat different. When I first read, I was not aware that this can be feminism can be taught in that context too. So it's all together talking about the different contexts, different meaning. There are writers and authors, thinkers talking about it, and the main problem was that only the first world countries have so many privileges. What their women think is their own world, and they cannot correlate or connect with us, with the countries which are post colonized, and the way they face feminism and the way they are inculcating or emerging into the world with this somewhat very different. And that is the reason the this topic is so neglected. And although it contains really worthwhile points worth to be remembered, and we can say that the post-colonial theories who concern themselves evaluating how culture and imperial relationship throughout the 19th century, they really impacted the way the particular cultures view themselves. Thinking really changed according to it. This particular stream of feminism promotes a wider viewpoint of the complex layers of oppression that exist within any society. The oppression layers are somewhat very different from what the white women of the Western world have faced, not with the post colonial people that have faced. Their struggle is really different, and it is not the glorification only, and it discusses somewhat how the racism goes about. And the main thing is, it is simply a critique of both Western feminism and post colonial theory. So it's somewhat criticizing simply, and beginning from that only, how we can criticize and talk about it in between. But later on became a method of analyzing as the issues of both the fields, both the Western feminism and both post-colonial theory. Trying to analyze good or bad points of both the theories, feminism of the Western world and post-colonial theories. That's what I was trying to point out. How these things can be, bifurcated or can be, analyzed. In that way, it was really important to analyze the things. And the mainstream post colonial theory focuses on the lingering impacts that colonialism has on the current political and economical condition of the countries. Whereas post colonial feminist theories are interestingly in analyzing why post colonial theory fails to address the issue of gender. That is the point. That post-colonial theory mainly focuses on male, whereas it should also take into consideration women. And whenever we talk about feminism, it is mainly concerned about the Western world, not of the post-colonial era and the countries and the women of that people. So the post-colonial feminism seeks, eliminate the tendency of the Western feminism. I hope you must have got the idea. Thanks for being part of it.